theme of impact, important action. And when we are doing so much programs for our practicing chartered accountant members, why we can't do anything for our members in industry and business as well. Friends, under the leadership of our impactful chairman of WARC, CA Saurabh Ajmera ji, we are trying to organize so much impactful and purposeful programs for our members. And this is one of the kind, because if I ask today young chartered accountants who just qualified, then we'll found that most or many of them, more than 90%, are joining to the industry. And they are the brand ambassadors of our profession as well. Because day by day, the interest in the practice is, I can say, reducing from our members. However, even earnings or remuneration is quite lucrative. Recently, when we visited one of the school in Baroda, and we asked students that, do you know Kumar Mangalam Birla? They say they were not able to give the answer. When we said, do you know Rakesh Junjunwala? They were not able to give me answer. But when I asked, do you know Tesla? Then everyone was aware about that company and about the CEO as well, Vaibhav Taneja, who is again a chartered accountant and earning more than 1,400 crores per annum. So this is what the importance of our professional who are working in the industry. So we welcome our chief guest and guest of honor in this today's evening as well. I request everyone to be settled down, please. So let us welcome again to our chairman as well, along with our chief guest and guest of honor. I request Chairman WARC CA Saurabh Ajmera ji, Vice Chairman Rikin Patel ji, Treasurer Rakesh Shah ji, our chief guest SP Jain sir, and our guest of honor CA Anil Bhandari sir. Please give big round of applause, friends. Now I request dignitaries to join for lighting of lamp and all the regional council members on the stage, please.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah. Shatrubuddhi vinashaya dipajyotir namostute. Dipajyotir namostute. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah.
with these auspicious tradition of lighting of lamp, may Almighty give us strength to and keep inspiring us. Now I request office to play ICI motto song and request everyone to rise for the ICI motto.
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यधिकश्चन एतद्वैत 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 एतद्वैत.
Dear members, as you are aware, this is the 75th year of the WRC, and we have our chairman, 75th chairman of India's largest regional council, CA Saurabh Ajmeraji, who is always inspiring us, believing in encouragement and inclusiveness of all of us. He is always there for thinking out of box, and most important, he is the impactful chairman under whose leadership we are going to have impactful programs for the membership at large. I request everyone to join hands in welcoming our chairman, CA Saurabh Ajmeraji, for his welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishen Bhai, the dynamic secretary of WRC. Dignitaries on the dais, we have with us chief guest of this wonderful CXO roundtable meet, CA SP Jain sir, MD CEO Pride Group. Let's welcome with a big round of applause. We have guest of honor, our own CA Anil Bhandari ji, who is the chief mentor on ARCON, known for the technology initiative. Let's welcome with a big round of applause to Anil Bhandari ji. We do have presence of Vice Chairman of WRC, CA Rikin Patel, Secretary again, Vishen Bhai, Treasurer Rakesh Shah, immediate past Chairman of the dais, Ketan Bhai, immediate past Secretary, Jinal Madam, Vikasa Chairperson, Rajesh Agarwal ji, Dynamic Regional Council Member, CA Vijendra Jain. We have in Back Rows our Regional Council colleague, CA Vimal Agarwal ji. I believe that we were having the presence of CA Pinky Kedia and CA Sweta Jain Madam also as a Regional Council member. And friends, I welcome you all in this another exciting program of WRC in terms of CXO Roundtable Meet. And friends, this year, WRC is dedicated to empower all our members to accelerate our profession in a different way, where we want to have engagement from all the stakeholders. And this program is one of the examples where we are targeting to have a footprint from members in industry. And I can say this is first ever program of WRC which we are hosting such a grandeur manner at a larger landscape for the members in industry. So let's have a big round of applause for each one of you for your participation. Friends, as we all know that we are in the era where a lot of transformation is happening. And we being the largest regional council of ICI, we have taken this responsibility in a different way, where we want to serve all our members in an intuitive way, where we want to drive an impact on each and every stakeholder of our profession. And that is why we have targeted this year the sixth principle, which is very, very important in the growth journey of our profession, that is the impact, starting with innovation. We have to innovate ourselves to take technology into consideration, into day-to-day working, and we have to innovate all our thought process also. And that is why we are doing out-of-box program at WRC. And today morning also, we have done a wonderful program on GCC, in which we were having an intuitive experience and a wonderful feedback we have received from all the participants. And first time ever we have discussed for the GCC under Mumbai, under the banner of ICI. So you can say we are innovating for all our process in a different way to organize the program in a more intuitive way, more effective way. And then in impact, we are trying to change the mindset of our profession, and we are trying to change the mindset of all our members also. And that is why we are highly focused on to consultancy rather than compliance. We want to create more and more value creation rather than having compliance practice in hand. And that is why we are targeting all the programs which is related to financial market, capital market, and you can say which is related to BFSI sector also, and where we can change our thought process other than income tax and GST. Because I personally believe the kind of opportunity we have in the financial market is same as we have in income tax and GST. And friends, then we are known for the professional excellence, which is core of the impact which we want to create. And that is why we are empowering all our members through so many technology programs. Recently we had wonderful program in terms of 2 days residential workshop on startup that we hosted at iHub in an intuitive way. Again, a very wonderful infrastructure which can be enjoyed by our members. And that is why, while having the hands-on experience, we again received a wonderful feedback, and then we hosted one more workshop that is on financial modeling and valuation. This year we are targeting to focus on quality in terms of delivering highest professional excellence which is expected from all our stakeholders. Then we should be adaptable also, and that is why I generally say whenever new thing came into picture in the country, we are the first on which society is looked upon. Today we are migrating from Income Tax Act 1961 to Income Tax Act 2025. Again, all our stakeholders are looking on us for the better implementation of the new act. And we are going through with so many technology changes, and I am happy to say that we have already empowered more than 40,000 chartered accountants through AI courses under the aegis of ICI. Let's have a big round of applause for ICI for AI initiative. And that is why I generally say we are the most adaptable in the things which is related to profession. And then friends, C stands for collaboration. And I personally believe that collaboration is a thing which can change everything in our journey in terms of professional achievement. And that is why we have come out with 2 important initiatives. One is CN Access, in which we are inviting data from all the small practitioners, those are in proprietorship or maybe small partnership firm, to have a collaboration with larger firm. Or either they can come together and they can form a larger firm. And I am very happy to say that we have already received more than 100 applications, and that initiative is available on WRC website. And all are requesting to have a physical program for the collaborative approach which they want to seek from each other. And very soon, once we will cross 500 entries on our website, we will organize that particular physical program where we will provide interface between all of them to have a collaborative approach in terms of partnership. Because it is aligned with the country leadership also. When Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji said that we like to have more big firms from our India, then we have to work on that. Because I feel whenever he is appealing something, we all are on the same page. Today, so many chartered accountants are doing carpooling, saving the fuel. Similar way, we have to come together and form a larger firm from India that can be other than Big Four also. And that is why CA Nexus is very, very important. And today's program is the example of our another initiative which we had taken at WRC, that is the Corporate Setu. WRC Corporate Setu, in which we are inviting more footprint from the members in industry. Because this is the problem statement which generally we have. When I was entering into council, I was having the same impression that members from industry are least connected with our alma mater. They are not aware what type of initiative we are taking at WRC or ICI. And that is why this year we have targeted to have more and more footprint in terms of intuitive programs for the industry. And this one is the biggest example in which we have wonderful audience in terms of CXOs, roundtable meet. And friends, we have designed one more program specifically for members in industry where we are providing some intuitive experience related to stress management, multiple work management, how to manage decision biases, like that topic we are keeping. And we are organizing that program at the doorstep of the corporates also whenever they are requesting. And that way we are creating history in terms of getting more footprint from the industry. And then T stand for transformation, for which we all are striving at WRC. As we all know that our country is the fastest growing economy of the world, and we are going through with so many development. And today also, when other countries are having lot of difficulty, we are sitting in a AC room, we are discussing for the better future. And that is why generally I say that हमने जमी पे घर बनाया, हम जन्नत में रहते हैं. हमने जमी पे घर बनाया, हम जन्नत में रहते हैं. हम बड़े खुश नसीब है कि हम भारत में रहते हैं, भारत में रहते हैं. That way, we can also transform our professional area while going through the growth journey of our country, that is Bharat. We are heading towards the 10 trillion US dollar economy size from 4.3 trillion US dollar economy which we have. And there are a lot of things on which chartered accountant can have edge, and they can be ahead of the curve in terms of contributing to the nation as well as for their better future in terms of career opportunity. And that is why we are targeting so many programs where we are seeking participation for Go Global, where we are inviting global speakers to highlight all the opportunity which are there other than our country. Believe me friends, we have to do lot of things in the umbrella of our institute to empower, to accelerate, and to take the benefit of an ecosystem which we have. And today also, we have two exemplary personality in front of all of us. They have done phenomenal in their careers. We have SP Jain sir, who is taking lead in the Pride group. Then we have our own CA Anil Bhandari ji, I can say, because he is also one of my mentor, who gave me so many thought process while entering in this council. So I must thank to him for all his support during this journey. And believe me friends, I want to summarize with 2 lines, but before that, I want to say that we have come out very intuitive programs. We have well in advance this time announced our regional conference also. That is also hosting in the same premises at a larger landscape again, at a Geo Convention Center, with the participation of more than 3,500 chartered accountants, and that we are hosting on 4th and 5th December. We have already announced, separate link is created. We have come out with WRC Connect app also, in which we are providing again all the data for the networking, where you can have different experience in terms of connection and collaboration, which can be the part of your growth journey. So looking forward to have your effective participation in all the programs of WRC. I want to say 2 lines and summarize my communication, that बड़ी दूर से आए थे, बड़ी दूर जाना है, बड़ी दूर से आए, बड़ी दूर जाना है, हमें हमारे स्वर्णिम भारत को विकसित भारत बनाना है, विकसित भारत बनाना है. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chairman sir. You are the person and a leader who knows the way, who goes the way, and who shows the way. That is what we experience under your leadership, because we talk and had a thought on how we can have something for doing a Go Global. And on the GCC, immediately sir floated this program of GCC, and beyond that he also floated this CXO roundtable. So please give big round of applause to our chairman CA Saurabh Ajmera ji. Sir, thank you very much. And now I request Vice Chairman of the region, CA Rikin Patel ji, to introduce our learned faculties. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhishan bhai. Dignitaries on the days, dignitaries of the days, very good evening to all. And it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce in front of you such a renowned faculties, leaders who are leading from the front. I'll start with our chief guest, CA Jain sir, who is a chartered accountant as well as the chairman and managing director of Pride Hotels Ltd, one of the India's leading fast-growing hospitality group. Under his leadership, the Pride Hotels have expanded to 60 hotels in 16 states, operating renowned brands like Pride Plaza, Pride Premier, Pride Elite, Biznotel by Pride. He has held a leadership position in majority of the hospitality industry bodies like the Western Indian Hotels and Restaurant Association and Federation of Hotels and Restaurant Association of India. A recipient of several prestigious awards in hospitality and tourism, SP Jain sir is also actively involved in social initiatives in education and healthcare through the SP Jain Pride Foundation. With that words, I welcome SP Jain sir. Now, our guest of honor, CA Anil Bhandari sir. He is also a renowned expert in risk advisory, governance, cyber security, and digital transformation with over 25 years of global leadership experience across enterprises, regulators, and professional institutions. He is a mentor of ANB, a leading risk advisory organization operating across 15 plus countries and serving over 2,000 organizations worldwide. A former president of the Institute of Internal Auditors of India and former elected member of the ICAI's Central Council, he has contributed significantly to digital transformation, governance, cyber resilience, internal audit, and forensic standards in India and globally. Widely recognized as a thought leader at the intersection of finance, governance, and technology, he also serves on cybersecurity, IT strategy committees of major financial institutions and actively mentors indigenous cybersecurity innovative initiatives. On a personal note, I have heard him speaking and taking sessions on AI when no one was just talking about AI. So such kind of personality he is. With huge round of applause, we welcome both of them. I'll request chairman and dignitaries on the days and all the regional council members to join us in giving them a token of appreciation, a memento.
Thank you very much, Rikin Bhai, for those kind words. And now I request our thoughtful, always in technology, past CCM, CA Anil Bhandari sir, to address us.
So I think a very good evening to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, chartered accountants. I had this weird question. How many engineers do we have here in this room today? Hopefully none. You know, by the way, this is a fantastic conference, Saurabh. I think connecting to industry has always been our, I would say, a weakness, and hopefully this will become a strength very soon, because I think more than 70% of our members are in the industry. And I think more and more chartered accountants who become chartered accountants are likely to join the industry. So I think this is the only way that I think we'll be able to connect and hopefully innovate together. I asked this question because I think 15 years back, I was in a conference in Dubai, which was hosted by Gartner. And I was also an elected member of the WRC at that point in time. I think I was a chairman, and was it 2014 or 15? And I went to this conference, and I had the pleasure of listening to Steve Wozniak, who was one of the founders of Apple, the engineering founder of Apple, while Steve Jobs, of course, is the great founder that we all know about. But he spoke absolutely cracking, and I came out that day, out of that 20 minutes of keynote speech, thinking I was a humanoid in 2014-15. I mean, people talk about humanoids now, robots, etc., artificial intelligence. He spoke about what makes us think we are not humanoids. As human beings, what is our objective? Our objective is to beat science and get closer to the fact that we live forever. We can reproduce a heart. We can make a kidney. Our eyes can be alive forever. So he's saying fundamentally, your eyes are nothing but AR, VR, because your eyes don't see something. It is your mind which is, is able to understand in terms of what you're seeing. It's not, eyes are just a piece of glasses, right? They convert into rays, and then, you're able to kind of figure out, what is in front of you. When you get a cut, it heals back. It's a self-healing technology. All that we are trying to learn, all that we are trying to do in this world has already been done in some or the other way with the human body. And that is what he kind of emulated and said, why do we even think that we are not humanoids? And I immediately flew in from there, and I went to this student conference in Rajkot, I think, and we had almost like 500, 600 chartered accountancy students there. And I don't know what went wrong with me, and I said, so why did you decide to join engineering? Because I was so much often in an engineering mode. And when people corrected me that, we're in a chartered accounting conference. Why am I saying this today? I was also the vice chairman of a group called as Edinburgh Group during my time as the Central Council member in the Institute. And I had the pleasure to be the vice chairman of that, which is 17 accounting bodies all across the world. And we had a seat on IFAC. IFAC is like the premier accounting body which sets the standards globally and so on and so forth. So I had the pleasure of being on that, and all the board members got together and we said, what is it that we do for CPAs, chartered accountants, for a body as a whole, accounting, auditing body as a whole? And I don't know whether it was right or wrong, but I suggested that we should ingest more engineers in our board memberships. Maybe not as members, but as board members. Because fundamentally, the way that we have been seeing things and the way that technology has evolved over a period of time, there is a very different way to look at a lot of things. And I'm going to probably just take another 5 or 6 minutes trying to enumerate or talk about how do I see things evolving. In 14-15, I used to talk about technology taking over, auditing not being there. People used to smile at that point in time. It's fairly established now that you don't need those concurrent audits, repetitive audits. All of that has more or less gone away. People used to clamor for concurrent audits, bank audits. I think those are gone are the days now. While, of course, a lot of chartered accountants still survive on that. So, I don't know, this might sound a little provocative, and I mean to motivate you rather than provocate you, but as chartered accountants, as accountants primarily, what is it that we have innovated in the last 40 years? So I was taking this session in Delhi, and people felt very annoyed, and they said, chartered accountants, we have innovated so many things. We have innovated ERP solution. I said, ERP is not our innovation. It's not an innovation. The last innovation that I probably think has been the double entry bookkeeping system, right? In a way, it's an innovation. It's part of our accounting, single entry, double entry. What is it that we have done as accountants, chartered accountants, CFOs, COOs, to get this piece of innovation right? Especially looking at the last, I'm not even talking about current year. I'm not even talking about the last 2 years. I'm not even talking about the next 5 years. I'm talking about the fact that world was building things at scale, and we were still grappling with how to get our reconciliation right. Just 4 or 5 years back. I'm hoping we have solved this problem. I know we have not solved this problem, but I'm hoping we have solved this problem. And we were grappling with it. We were grappling with getting our financials on time right. We were grappling with, if I'm an Indian listed company, how do I do a US GAAP right? If you break all of this into different layers, accounting is fundamentally just debit and credit. It's a flat layer. And anything that you make on top of that is just visualization. So if you break it in a very engineering manner, whatever you do in top of IFRS, US GAAP, Indian GAAP, whatever, it's basically nothing but visualization. And fundamentally, everything is flatter on the bottom when you look at it. You do transactions with banking, the bank has to do some accounting, and they take so much time and energy to do customer accounting, general accounting. You're doing your transaction, you do the same thing again and again. You back home and you try and decide whether it's your personal expenses. And forgive me for being a little more nitty-gritty because, I believe this is a place where we have chartered accountants coming from industry and, being CFOs and CEOs. I'm saying what are we trying to do? We are in a repetitive world. That same accounting entry is carried 20 times over in different books. But fundamentally, it is the same accounting entry, right? It is absolutely waste of time, energy, and resources, and our mind, right? So, and it has to be cracked by somebody someday. I'm hoping that somebody from India stands up tall and says, hey, you know what? I will solve this bloody problem. Now look at the complexity of the problem, the way that the business has changed. And I kept saying this 10 years in all my conferences that consumers have become producers. I don't know if you resonate with that or not. What do I mean by that is, just an example, like power is going to be produced by all of us. I mean, it's produced in US, it's produced in Germany, etc. You plug it back into your main power generating unit, and you're also a consumer, and you also charge for it. So you become a producer suddenly. Earlier, we used to have some vendors. All of us have vendors in an organization, so we onboard the vendors. Suddenly, you don't have 100,000 vendors or 200,000 vendors if you have a large company. You have millions of vendors. Suddenly, you have millions of vendors coming up. Why? Because consumers are becoming producers. How does this accounting that you do today, the methodology that you adopt today, is going to survive you in the next 10 years? And let me give you an example which is very close to India and where India has done an amazing innovation. I don't know how many of you here are familiar with the work that is being done by ONDC. Are you familiar with this? The India stack, they normally call about as the UPI stack and ONDC. If you're not familiar, please try and do a Google. It's a nice platform that the government of India has built. And the government of India is saying, what is this technology consolidation that these large players in the United States do? Like the Zomatos of the world, of course Zomato is Indian, but Zomatos of the world or Ubers of the world or Olas of the world. They're saying these are simple technology platforms meant to run with APIs, and we will set it up for you and just go and do business on that. That is ONDC, right? Free APIs available. You can register yourself as a business and you can run your business on that. And everything is absolutely the same that we do in terms of converging technologies and becoming larger platforms in the world. Amazing thought process. I mean, all across the world, I travel almost 20 days in a month, and all across the world, India, I think, has been recognized for the fact that it's done some amazing amount of work in technology, UPI being one. But that was financial. I'm talking about probably the entire industry changing now, the way that the businesses are run changing now. The third layer which is expected to change is manufacturing 4.0 or whatever. That is likely to be API based, and that's not going to happen in the next 10 years, but that's going to happen in the next 20 years. You may want to just press a button and say, I want to manufacture something where a factory is free in the night, right? So if the factory has a capacity, any corner of the world, in Taiwan, China, whatever, you'll be able to produce it at the lowest possible cost. So the short of the long story is that unfortunately for all of us in this generation, we are constantly in a state which is never normal. I repeat, unfortunately, we are in this world in a state, constantly in a state which is never normal. It's never normal. And unfortunately, in the last 1 or 2 years, this never normal state has amplified 10x because of the advent of artificial intelligence and all of that you see today. And everybody talks about artificial intelligence today and the way it is happening. And it's an amazing story. It's something that is, probably you will have your own artificial bot along with you wherever you go, whether you do job 1 or job 2 or job 3. You will probably come to a scenario where you will train your bot so well that the bot will be able to do your work, the AI will be able to do your work, and hopefully you will do something else and you will travel and all of that. So I think I have only 2 or 3 messages to try and kind of summarize what I'm trying to mean, and what I intend to get to you here is that I think it is high time for us to do something innovative in the core work that we are doing. Of course, chartered accountants are innovating a lot outside the core work. We're becoming entrepreneurs. We're doing a lot of stuff, and a lot of chartered accountants are entrepreneurs, and they're doing some fantastic stuff on the finance side, etc. I think it is also time for us, because this is our community, it is also time for us to fundamentally think about how is the core fundamentals of chartered accounting likely to change. And I have been saying this again and again, and at the cost of repetition, I would love to say that there will be no accounting in the future. There will be no auditing in the future. I used to say there will be no concurrent audit, no reconciliation, etc. I'm saying there will be no auditing. Why? Because anything and everything that you do is likely to get submerged into the larger platform of technology, and with AI coming in, fundamentally you don't need any of those. And again, I'm not saying this. When I was a Central Council member and we met the SEBI chairman, not the lady, but the one before her, who was an IS officer, with Mr. Nilesh Vikramji, who was the president during that time, he mocked us and he said, look, I'm sorry, I'm not a chartered accountant, but what is this opinion that you guys give us? True and fair. What does true and fair mean? He asked us, what does true and fair even mean? I want true and correct. So the expectations across the world, regulators, even investors, you will see very soon, their expectation will be, what do you mean by true and fair? There is nothing like true and fair. There's no opinion. It is left or right. Why is it? Because there will be only 4 variables in any data, any accounting transaction that you do. 4, 5, 6 variables, not more than that. And that number of variables are coming down over a period of time, which means the machine eventually will become smarter to take a decision. That's an inventory transaction, send it here. It's a capital transaction, send it here. It's a treasury transaction, send it here. And either it is 1 or it is 2 or maybe it is 3rd. And over a period of time, it will learn the way that your contracts are executed, and it will go and do what it's supposed to do. So I think, and I strongly believe, that accounting will become no longer relevant in the near future. Fundamentally, it will remain somewhere, but in the way that we see, it will no longer be relevant. Auditing will no longer be relevant in the way that you see here, because it's supposed to get ingrained in the work that you do. Like, for example, I keep giving this example somewhere that when you see a signal, red is to stop and green is to go. Something very similar. So it's likely to happen. The last 2 things that I would want you to be very mindful of. One is, cybersecurity is no longer a risk. Cybersecurity is a strategic economic risk now. So fundamentally, please don't look at it in a way that we used to look at it. Something would happen. No. If something happens, everything is going to fall down. So I think that is also an area that as COOs or CFOs, somebody would need to ensure that anything and everything that you do, because everything is integrated, right? You cannot have a UPI going down for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. The Reserve Bank of India comes and fines you if it goes down by 10 minutes, right? They literally stop registering people. And the last thing that I would want to impress upon you is, I think we are all closer to businesses, hopefully now. Technology resilience is becoming more and more critical for all of us now. Cyber one, but technology has to run. It is expected to run. So, this is what I thought that I would probably like to share with you, and probably, I don't know if provocate you or motivate you, but I think innovation is supremely important for all of us. And if I were to go back to Central Council today, I would invite more engineers to become maybe Central Council members and as advisors, as whatever one could think of, because I think fundamentally you should start seeing the world a little more flatter, a little more different. I had coined something when I was a regional council, and I was the chairman of the Western Region Council. And what I had coined was that, it is time for us to rise above the ordinary and think beyond imagination. I think that time probably is perfect now, because I think all of us, it's a fantastic opportunity for all of us. I dabble in cybersecurity very deep. I've gone into technology very deep. I didn't learn engineering. I didn't learn engineering by doing a certification, but I learned engineering the hard way. And I think all of us can do that. So all of us. I mean, this one good thing that has been learned by all of us is to ask the question, why? Why? And again, why? How does it happen? And that is something that I think, is ingrained in all of us. And that is something that I believe is a 5-star that we have. And no other profession in the world has been asked to question something, even if it is right. And that is what we do very well. So thank you, Saurabh, for this fantastic opportunity. I hope, I've been able to pass some of these messages to you. And I truly believe that I think, we are in this era where chartered accountants can make a lot of difference because we understand business. It's time for us to rise up and, see if we can innovate in our basic fundamentals and core foundations of what we are known for. So thank you, and appreciate your time and patience here.
Thank you, sir, for guiding us how we can be impactful through transformation and technology to make this India Swarnim Bharat to Viksit Bharat. Now moving forward, I request everyone to join hands in welcoming our chief guest, CASP Jain sir. And sir, please have your words of wisdom amongst us. Thank you very much, friends.
Good evening, Mr. Saurabh Ajmera, Chairman of WIRC, Mr. Rikin Patel, Mr. Anil Bhandari, Mr. Rakesh Shah, ladies and gentlemen, members of the industry. It is truly my privilege to be honored to present today among the professional some of the best mind of industry organization across the India. I would like to sincerely thank West India Regional Council to give me this opportunity to share my success in Pride Hotel and my experience, how I made it to grow that. I am being a part of you. I am a professional. I started career as a chartered accountant for 10 to 12 years. And I strongly, in fact, I feel whatever success I have got is due to my professional qualification as a chartered accountant. I feel proud to be member of this institution. At the utmost, I congratulate the West India organization for a wonderful CXO roundtable meet. The theme of this event is extremely relevant today. Rapidly changing business environment because the leadership is today no longer confined to one function, one department or one designation. The CFO, COO and COO today not working independently but silo. They are a strategic partner, collectively shaping the future of organization. Modern leadership requires collaboration, shared vision, faster decision making, and ability to respond proactively for change. Today, business across the world is going rapidly changing the modern history. Earlier every industry is facing disruption, whether it is a technology transformation, artificial intelligence, geopolitical uncertainty, changing customer expectation, rising operational cost, changing government regulation, changing of the interest rate. Earlier, business could have been relatively stable model for 10 to 15 years. Company has been comfortably predictability. Strategy was long-term and disruption was gradual. But now, disruption comes in 4 and 5 years. Business model that work today may not be relevant tomorrow. Consumer behavior is changing very fast. Even before technology is redefining industry in unprecedented phase. Competition is no longer local, it is global. In such environment, leadership is no longer only about managing operation or declaring the quarterly result. Leadership is today about adaptability, resilience, innovation, and ability to build organizations that are future ready. In my view, future ready organizations are those that are continuously learning, continuously developing, and continuously reinventing for themselves. At Pride, this philosophy guides every important decision we take. Traditionally, hospitality industry is a very capital-based industry, and it requires to buy land, to raise the fund, borrow the money, construct the hotel, and to stabilize it takes few years. To grow in this ownership manner was a very difficult process. So we have thought of to grow faster. We adopted asset-light model, and we manage the hotel of other owner under our brand, and we earn the management fees. I think this success I got only because of I am a chartered accountant and I have approach. I have the same approach which I used to do when I was practicing as a chartered accountant to win the confidence of your client. Once you win the confidence of client and by rendering your services. So today, whenever any owner is handing over me 100 crore his asset, what he has built, it is the trust, the confidence he has in my brand and my company. So we are getting the industry, I am growing in much faster way than on ownership basis. Today we have 39 operating hotel and 32 hotel in pipeline, which will be ready by 27-28. So will be approximately 6,000 K. This type of model can be adopted in every industry. Company can reduce the production cost, increase the growth by outsourcing manufacturing while maintaining a strong quality control and brand standard. This approach helps business expand faster across the different parts of the country. Today, competition environment, CFO and CEO must think out of the box and focus and innovate the stay ahead. Market is such, suppose demand is in the northeast India, which is growing rapidly. Your company has to be present, and whoever the company which present first will be capture the market. So if you put a factory, if you do yourself everything, it will take few years. If you outsource the product under your brand, your technical know-how, you will be faster in the market and you can cover up the market much faster. So this is the role of CEO and CFO now today, to take the company how they can do with lesser capital investment and growing with a faster speed, because high capital sometimes make high debts, sometimes make company to reach on a difficult situation. By outsourcing manufacturing with proper quality control system, organization can launch product faster, manage cost efficiency and improve profitability. Therefore, in an organization, we have we have always behind the growth must be backed by careful planning, financial discipline and long-term vision. Before you undertake any project, you should analyze multiple factors very carefully, because organization without planning become a liability. And growth without financial discipline is not sustainable growth. Today, environment where interest cut, inflation, uncertainty can impact business rapidly, organization must focus equally on the growth and stability. There is a role of finance leader become very important. The role of CFO is involved in dramatically change. Earlier, CFO was primarily custodian of finance, accounting, taxes and compliance. Today, CFO is much more than that. CFO in the board meeting should present how much we can make the money. Simultaneously, also put up how much you may lose the money and what is the risk and how to control it. I would like to share one of my personal experience. When I built first hotel, Pune, Greenfield project of 75 rooms, with ambition I built it as a 5-star hotel and run hotel for 3 to 4 years in losses. So I came to conclusion that I have to increase the 50% capacity. And when I was doing that, my all well-wisher, relative, experts say, you are already making loss and please do not put the more money. At that time, I was working on mostly borrowed economy, borrowed money. I have borrowed, I have feeling of future, bright future in the industry. I did it and I have been very successful today by aiding that. The pride is stand today on this position. If I would have been not built that, pride might have been gone to defunct. So friend, this is the personal act. I am sharing only hospitality sector because my study in toward that only. I'll give you another example. Leela Hotel, Leela Venture listed company, their Bangalore venture was making profit of 65% GOP in 2006, 7, 8. And in 2008, they pick up a project in Delhi. Took a land on auction of 657 crore and they spent huge money paying premium. Land cost was 800 crore. Vivek Nair was my good friend. I told him, how you will survive on this cost? He said, no, I want a hotel in Delhi and I will sell the room at 30,000. He built hotel at cost of around, in 2011, cost around 4.5 to 5 crore per room in 2011. That was very high. They borrowed money. You know the history. Ultimately, that one hotel, liability which is created, has lent company into problem, and that was taken over by the Brookfield. So question is today, any one decision your company take, either it may grow or it may break also. Today is not like that. We can carry on because competition is so high. If you are not winning, then somebody else will win and go faster and leave you behind. These examples show the hospitality industry along with the vision, expansion and financial viability, sustained debt management equally important. Modern CFO is a strategic risk manager, a business partner, technology supporter, and often one of the most important pillars of organization and decision making. Today, CFO is expected to understand market, evaluate business opportunity, manage investor confidence, assess risk, and support long-term strategic planning. Similarly, the role of CEO is equally critical. Operational excellence today is no longer about maintaining system. It is about continuously improving efficiency, productivity, customer experience, and innovation. And the CEO of today must balance vision with execution while ensuring organization alignment across the function. That is why the platform like CXO Roundtable is valuable. This brings together the present leadership, prospective firm, finance and operation, and strategy into the common platform. CFO see the risk in opportunity. Very important. Just CFO see the risk in opportunity, and CEO see opportunity in the risk. So, what is how they can take a decision? Both are correct. Opportunity there, but there is a risk. So, point is the collective decision to see how much risk they want to take. I give you both two examples, the risk which they have taken, they have grown, and one decision gone wrong and what gone the correct. So, friend, it is important today that these things are making a lot of difference, and CFO and CEO has a major role to bring the organization in growth of the organization. Another major factor transforming business growth is artificial intelligence. AI is no longer considered the future. AI is already reshaping industry across the world. From predictive analysis and automating to customer engagement, operational efficiency, AI is a fundamental change in the way of organization. Today, hospitality and airline industry are following dynamic price model, where the rates are based on demand and supply. Room tariff or air tariff are adjusted depending upon the market demand. Seasonal occupancy level, customer requirement, the flexible pricing help business optimize the revenue in quick market. If you try to go book 10 tickets, 3 tickets will come on 10,000. 4th ticket rate will be 12,000, 15,000 because of this economics. Today, hotel is not having, we used to enter contract for 1 year with the companies. That is no more a concept. The concept is the day rate and bar rate. So we say, look, this is every day our rate is changing. Now, if you go, people come and complain to us, I was staying last time with 10,000 rupees, and now your people are asking 18,000. I say, this is the changing in the time. And if we do not get this opportunity, airline or hospitality sector, they might not survive or they will not get a good opportunity. So, time is changing. How best price you can extract to your product, that AI and that can be help to you. I strongly believe technology must impress not a threat, but an opportunity. When an organization wants to involve AI, a CEO or CEO must convey to their staff member. Adopting of AI is not the reducing the manpower. Bigger organization is facing the big challenge because the employee taken negatively. The moment AI comes, there will be the manpower will be reduced. So first task, if in any organization you want to adopt AI, you have to take confidence in your employee. You have to convince them that no employee will be thrown out or reduced. In fact, we will give a special training to see you become more perfection and your job become easy and continuous. In lighter way, I asked one of my friend, you must start using the AI. He said, yes, bole, I started. What you did? Bole, I asked question to AI, how to handle the wife. So AI reply, it is very difficult question. There is no straight answer for this. So friend, AI, this is in a lighter way I am talking, but it is however, while technology and AI is a powerful tool, I firmly believe human value, emotional intelligence, ethics and relationship will always remain heart of success organization. Technology can improve the efficiency, but technology cannot build the trust, cannot inspire the team, alone cannot create a culture. The people will build the culture. People will create innovation and people drive transformation. In the hospital sector, we always say the greatest strength is not only hotel property. It is important in our people. Because building we can build, technology we can buy. But organization, culture and committed team to build over the area through leadership, trust and culture. At the Pride, we have people working more than 25 to 30 years. And another important aspect of modern leadership is brand position. Today, a highly competitive environment, a strong brand becomes one of the biggest long-term competitive advantage. Customer today connect emotionally with brand, consistently deliver trust, quality and experience. One positive customer experience can strengthen the brand significantly. Similarly, one poor experience can impact perception instantly. Therefore, an organization must control, invent quality, service excellence, innovation at customer level with zero complaint. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, India today stands remarkable, exciting point of history. Our country is growing rapidly. Infrastructure development is accelerating. Digital transformation reshaping business. Entrepreneurship is flourishing. Indian startups gaining global recognition. And sectors such as manufacturing, technology, aviation, hospitality, tourism, and service sector are tremendous opportunities. India demographic advantage, growing middle class, rising inspiration and digital adaptation provide enormous growth potential to business across the sector. As infrastructure improves, connectivity expands, tourism and hospitality will continue to play major role in economic growth and development generation, employment generation. However, with growth comes responsibility. A business leader must build organization that is not only profitable, but ethical, sustainable, inclusive, and social responsibility. We must encourage responsible business practice. We must focus on environment sustainability. We must invest in skill development and talent creation. We must create employment opportunity. We must ensure good governance in organization. And the most important, we must contribute meaningful toward national building. I strongly believe that leadership is not defined position alone. True leader defined by vision, integrity, humility, and ability to inspire the people. The leader who will succeed in the future are those who remain open to learning and adaptability for the changes. Because today's world, continuous learning is no longer optional. It is essential. Forums like this, therefore, extremely valuable because they allow leaders of different sectors to exchange the idea, learn from each other, discuss challenges and collaboration with the future growth. Before I conclude, I would once again thanks and congratulate to WIRC for bringing together such a gathering of professional, corporate leader and decision maker. I am confident today discussion of future-ready organization, artificial intelligence, leadership strategy and boardroom decision making will generate valuable insight for everyone present here. I wish this event grant success and wish each one of you continuous growth, success, good health and leadership with excellence. Thank you very much.
Friends, we have august presence of CA Sarika Jain, IRS Joint Commissioner of CGST. Ma'am, you are always encouraging us, motivating us. Thank you very much for being here in this great evening today. Please give big round of applause to Sarika ma'am. Now I request Treasurer of the WRC, CA Rakesh Shah, sir, to give a well-deserved vote of thanks to our dignitaries.
Thank you, Vision 5. So thank you very much, Mr. Bhandari, with Chief Guest of Honor, and Mr. Jain, Chief Guest, for gracing this occasion. A huge round of applause for both of them for sparing the time and sharing your wisdom. On behalf of WRC and entire participant, I offer a formal vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
So I now request everyone to rise for national anthem. Everybody, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की जय वंदे मातरम अगर एक नेम प्लेट